Kappa League to Kappa College, where Kappa Man and executive leadership spill the secrets to success at the colleges you want to go to. And now your host, author of the award-winning College Readiness Series, Brandon Jones.
Hey, this is Brandon Jones, author of the award-winning College Readiness 101 Workbook Series, here with an episode of the Kappa League to Kappa College series. I'm very excited today. I have Dr. Dr Coleman from Virginia State University here. We're going to learn all about what VSU has to offer. But first, let's learn about the man himself. So, Dr. Coleman, can you tell us a little bit about yourself for the families and students in Kappa League that are going to be watching this all around the country?
Greetings, everyone. Greetings. My name is Dr. Dr Coleman. As mentioned before, I am the Executive Director of Admissions here at Virginia State University in Petersburg, Virginia. I am a native born and raised of Savannah, Georgia, and I actually got my start in Kappa League. I was in one of the initial Kappa League chapters that started in Savannah, Georgia. I crossed over at Jenkins High School, and I was actually a vice president in my Kappa League there at the time.
Oh, man. Okay.
Exactly. You didn't know that. You didn't know a piece about me yet. So my mentors at the time were Marvin Johnson and William Johnson. They both pledged at FAMU, and they pretty much taught me how to be a gentleman, how to be a man, how to tie my tie. They took me on college tours. They were also our band directors at the time. So they were pretty much my introduction to Kappa and Kappa League. You couldn't tell us that we weren't Kappas back then because we had canes. We were on the yard with Savannah State's chapter. I think it was Gamma Chi at the time, Gamma Chi. Mm-hmm. And you know, we were full blown Kappas that we thought we were. So that's pretty much how I got my start in stepping and just loved what I did. So I went to South Carolina State University for music education. I changed my majors 3 times because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So I will get to that a little bit later. But I graduated with consumer science business with a minor in music and a little bit of education as well. And I went on to do my master's at University of West Georgia in counseling student affairs. And I did my doctorate at University of Wisconsin-La Crosse in student affairs administration and leadership.
Wow. And that's amazing, man. And all of the brothers that I've been talking to in executive leadership at these institutions of higher learning, 2 things, highly educated, but also, had some type of mentorship in Kappa at some point in time. Myself, I did not have a Kappa League program, but there were also members of Kappa Alpha Psi in my high school that were very influential in allowing me to learn exactly what Kappa was all about. So we have similar experiences in that.
Good. So, I didn't cross at South Carolina State. I crossed at the Carrollton Douglas Alumni Chapter, award-winning Carrollton Douglas Alumni Chapter. So it's a chapter out in Metro side of Atlanta, on the west side of Atlanta. So I pledged there spring 12, Ace Club, Quiet Storm is my line name. Y'all don't even know why that is, but I definitely enjoyed myself there. And I lived in Atlanta for 10 years before moving out to Richmond, Virginia to take this position in Petersburg, Virginia.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. All right. So you gave us a lot of information just real quickly. So that's very, very good. But tell us a little bit about kind of your role there at Virginia State University and kind of the things that you're responsible for.
Okay. So Virginia State University is a very unique institution. I think it's one of the best kept secrets in the state of Virginia. It is pretty much all about opportunity access. Our president, the 14th president, Dr. Abdullah, is all about giving students, especially in-state students, the opportunity to persist and to achieve education or go on. And we're all about achievement in every field of endeavor. So the two are aligned. The president's an alpha, though, so it's we're not going to charge him against that. But he's a great guy and definitely an awesome leader to get behind. Within my role as Executive Director of Admissions, I oversee the admissions process for undergraduate transfer, the Welcome Center when it comes to the orientation and how we welcome in students visit and take tours of the campus. And I also oversee the process and operations internally of how we admit students. So the minimum GPA for general admissions is 2.5. We do consider some students below the 2.5 threshold if they're in-state because we just started a program called Summer Bridge Program that happens only in the summer for about 5 to 6 weeks, where students who are below the GPA requirement can kind of try out college. We'll pay for them to take 3 classes, and they'll take 3 classes for 5 to 6 weeks. They'll pay for their housing, meal plan, and tuition. And so they get to try out college, see if college works for them because we're all about providing access. For those who are above the threshold, who are looking at scholars, We give scholarships on the spot when you get admitted. We do $10,000 for anybody with 3.75 or higher. And all they need is a mixture of AP, IB, or classes. So as long as they have like 2 or 3 courses in DE or AP or IB classes, they'll get the $10,000. Also, those who are 15% top of their class, they'll get the $10,000. Or if you're salutatorian and valedictorian and you're out of state, you'll get that scholarship as well. Now, we do a lower scholarship, which is a provost scholar. That's $6,500 a year to go to college. And that's for anybody with 3.5 or higher, or below 3.75. And they have a little bit of a mixture of DE, AP, or IB classes. Now, we do also consider test scores, but we're test optional. So if you have your SAT, send it in. If you don't, that's fine. We can consider other things on your transcript based on that. What you need to know now is while you're in high school is that you need to make sure that you're taking or performing the best you can in your classes so you can persist and potentially take your AP, IB, or honors courses, because those are the courses that matter in your college decision process. A lot of people don't think that their 9th and 10th grade years matter. They definitely matter when you're going to college, because you can't get these same scholarships after you're already in college.
Right.
They give them out to freshmen, right? You have to be considered a freshman going into college. So if you're taking dual enrollment courses, great, you're doing the right thing. If you're taking honors courses, you're doing the right thing. If you're taking AP or IB, which is International Baccalaureate classes, you're doing the right thing. If you're not doing those things, then you need to start doing the right thing and get some of those classes. Meet with your counselor to see what you can do to start taking those type of classes. Because if you're going to go test optional, the things we're considering, and I'm not just speaking for Virginia State University, for most of the colleges out there, we're considering the mixture of those classes to see if you're eligible to persist in college and to get a scholarship.
That's amazing. So what I heard is that you don't have to be, a 3.5 student to get into Virginia State University. You may not have to be a 3.5 student to get a scholarship to go to Virginia State University, right? There are opportunities for those students all along the spectrum there at your institution. Right.
Another unique scholarship we offer, and actually even more than a scholarship, more of a cohort community, is something called VCAN. It stands for Virginia College Access Network. And remember, before I shared that, our president was all about providing access to students of all races and genders out here to attend college. And so in the state of Virginia, Virginia will allow anybody within a 45-mile radius of the school to receive free tuition scholarship. Now, the key is that you have to be Pell eligible. But it's a very unique. So you wouldn't know if you're Pell eligible until you apply. But if you're in a little lower income or middle income housing, as far as opportunity for your parents, then you most likely will probably qualify for the Pell Grant, right? If you can qualify for at least $1 Pell Grant, we will cover the rest of your tuition. No questions asked.
So for those Kappa League programs that are in Virginia, and you said they are 45 miles, the radius of 45 miles away from Virginia State University, they may be eligible for full tuition scholarships if they are Pell eligible.
Correct. If you want more information, you can Google us at VSU VCAN. So VSU space VCAN, VCAN, and there'll be a complete list of information for you to follow. If you want to just kind of follow along, you can also sign up for a contact list so that we need to contact you and give you more information, or you have more questions, we'll know to reach out to.
So did you hear that? So anybody who's in a Kappa League program close to the Virginia State University area, make sure you pay attention to this opportunity. This is the direct connection that this series is really wanting to do. So thank you for that, Dr. Coleman, for explaining that to us.
No problem.
All right. So this has been amazing. So kind of tell us if there was a piece of advice, anything that you would want to tell, those Kappa Leaguers who are in families who are getting ready to make that transition. They're seniors and they're getting ready to head to college. What's one piece of advice that you would give them?
One piece of advice I would consider. I will give several. So let me just tell you something. Okay. It's not just one thing. So a lot of students are trying to major in sports management. They want to major in business and entrepreneurship. They want to major in music and arts, and all those programs are ideal and great. I was, like I said, a music major, education major myself going into college. What I would urge you and your parents and families to consider are other opportunities outside of those majors, because not all those majors are paying, right? There's some majors or some careers, more importantly, that are looking for Black and brown students to be in certain spaces. And so because of that, they're funding those majors and they're giving incentives to attend college. So for example, we give a $9,000 incentive to be a computer engineer or computer science major, That's on top of anything else you have coming in. So you can be a presidential scholar, like I mentioned earlier, and get the $10,000. Then you can get another $9,000 on top of that if you just as an incentive.
Wow.
To be in that major. Same goes for agricultural sciences. As far as our college of agriculture, where you can go into business ag or veterinarian science or agricultural science or what different multitude of different programs within that field. They're looking for more students to join those programs, and that's not just our college. That's also, our university. It's other universities as well. So I would urge those to consider other majors outside those majors, because it's about getting the degree, right? Your degree isn't always going to be specific into psychology or specific into business. It can just be get your degree. And if you can go into a major program that will pay your entire way for your degree, then you should go. You should at least consider.
Absolutely consider that.
At least consider it. You might not need to do it,
right.
but at least consider it. If you know, the same goes for STEM programs. We're looking for chemistry and physicians and physicists and things of that nature. So there are certain programs that are literally paying for students their way. Regardless of where they're at on the spectrum of GPAs, they're just trying to get more students into these programs, and they'll figure it out as they go through. And so I would urge you and your families to consider other majors. The second thing is, if you're going to college, get active. Right. The whole part of it is about an experience. Here at Virginia State University, we have 90 clubs and organizations for students to get involved in. And if you don't see your club that you want to be a part of, you want to start another modeling agency or modeling group, or you want to do a group about photography or another Bible study group, whatever you want to do, you can start it. All you need is 5 more classmates to do is sign up with you, and you can start an organization. So get involved. Right. We have here at our institution, we have all 9 active fraternity and sororities active. So this year, something that's a rare occurrence.
Right.
University campuses. So we are doing a great job at being social, but students have to want to also be social. I think with after going through those COVID years or COVID terms, we saw a lot of students kind of go back into just being in their shells and sitting in their rooms and being in those 4 walls. The campus exists for you to be active. A lot of my experiences that I have with my classmates were a lot of my memories, my fondest memories, were outside the classroom. We're in certain spaces in housing, in a room, or in when we went to other campuses and visited other friends and family members and stuff like that. So get active, get social. These will be your people that you will have as far as lifelong friends. Like, these will be the people at your wedding and at your events, or when things go bad or when things go right, they will be there to support you. Get active, get social, meet people, make relationships, make connections. And then third, make sure you put your best foot forward, right? These are the same people as far as peers who could be sitting across from you in a boardroom, vouching for you as far as interview. Make sure that you put your best foot forward in the classroom and outside the classroom. The same goes for your professors. These professors at HBCU, your professors will know you by name. They will know when you change your hair. They will know your mother's name, your father's name, most likely as well. So make sure you're putting your best foot forward, because they're going to be the same people that give you recommendations later on when it's time to apply for jobs and internships.
Right. Those are sound nuggets right there. We want to make sure that we are preparing these young men and their parents for what this experience is going to be like in the next few years. We're very excited that we're going to be able to connect with these brothers in executive leadership at these institutions of higher learning, who can give those nuggets of wisdom directly from the institution itself, right? And so I'm very excited that I got a chance to speak with you about this, Dr. Coleman. So one last question for those family members, those students who are interested in attending Virginia State University. Where can they get more information so that they can become informed about what the process is like and to get their questions answered?
Right. So you can go to vsu.edu, www.vsu.edu. Very simple to remember. Our website has literally a contact card where you can fill out, and we'll send immediately when you fill out a contact card, first name, last name, email address. We'll send you some information that you can get some tidbits about the school and different accolades that we've had. We just had the largest freshman class in 30 years come in. So we're definitely trending upward. We have 4,600 students on campus right now. And it's definitely a great time to be here. The campus is always lit. So you can go, like I said, www.vsu.edu. The application is free. We review applications every day. And all you need to do is submit at minimum your transcript to your application, and we can review it on the spot. We also give scholarships on the spot. So we'll review you for at least a merit-based scholarship, and then you'll get another offer if you're eligible for a program or college scholarship from that department based on what major you apply for.
That's amazing. So it sounds like VSU is going to be a phenomenal opportunity for a lot of students, around the country in these Kappa League programs. I appreciate you taking your time out to speak with us today and kind of give a profile of your institution so that we can build that connection and that pipeline for Kappa Leaguers to Virginia State University.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I was a Kappa Leaguer. I wanted to go to college to be a Kappa. That was my reason to go to college. And later on, it became a lot more things, and I decided to go back to college again. So I definitely had a great time at my institution, and I know that students will have even better time at Virginia State University.
Thank you so much. So, families, you heard that. Everything about Virginia State University has been positive. I'm very excited that you got a chance to hear about it. If you like what you're hearing and you want to learn more, you can subscribe to Kappa League TV on YouTube and College Readiness 101. And you can visit the website collegereadiness101.com to get more information about how you can prepare for the next stage in higher education. We'll see you next time.
Kappa League TV.
I'm Niles Holt, and you're watching Kappa League TV. Since 2019, Kappa Leaguers from across the country have been introducing themselves in similar fashion.
My name is Hunter Goins from Decatur Kappa League, and you're watching Kappa League TV.
Reporting for Kappa League TV, I'm Luke Williams.
Reporting for Kappa League TV, I'm Joshua Hardy.
You're watching Kappa League TV.
You're watching Kappa League TV.
Kappa League is a leadership development program, which is part of GuideRight, the national mentoring initiative of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. GuideRight is the oldest and most successful male mentoring program, primarily for young men of color in U.S. history. Kappa League TV is a YouTube channel that empowers Kappa Leaguers, giving them a voice to tell stories of how the young men and their mentors are impacting their communities.
I'm here at Kennesaw State University with Kappa Leaguers, and they're currently packing snack packs to distribute them to the youth from the Center of Children and Young Adults.
From community service, gaming,
Is it more work or play?
That's a great question.
sports,
What advice do you have for Kappa Leaguers who want to get involved in golf but may not know where to start?
social justice,
Tell us about some of the work you've done in respect to social justice and civil rights issues.
As an entrepreneur yourself, can you tell us about some of the products you completed?
entrepreneurism, and business,
Vote.
You're not old enough to vote, but you're encouraging other people to vote.
voter education, and much more. Kappa Leaguers in major cities all over America have been sharing stories of what matters most to them. Kappa League mentors have partnered directly with HBCU schools and college advocates with the goal of getting 140,000 young men into and graduating from college by 2032. We need your support. Visit Kappa League TV on YouTube. Subscribe, like, and share our stories, and ask people in your network to do the same. This will enable Kappa League TV to grow its message, monetize its stories, and eventually use the YouTube studio in Seattle, Washington to produce more content. We appreciate your support and look forward to sharing more stories with you. Reporting for Kappa League TV, I'm Niles Holt.